Heyo, it's Serpent, sir. Welcome back to. Wait, this is the same video. I'll just show you my Instagram in case you haven't seen it. See this? 189. So not only is it 189 like on there, which means you guys haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, but it also means that like there's obviously like how many people on planet Earth?
About 1 billion.
But today we're going to be reacting to some scary videos. I haven't actually, the last reaction video we did was like a meme review, and that's funny videos, but this is actually scary videos. So I don't know. These are going to be like R-rated stuff, but scary videos. Okay, first video we're going to be reacting to is Midnight Horror Story animated by Llama Arts. Link in the description. Don't take our video down,
Please.
like seriously. I know I'm only what 63 subs,
But please don't take this video down.
like I'm barely doing YouTube.
Go follow Llama Arts.
Yeah.
Follow them up.
I'm not making this video for attention or sympathy.
Turn it up. Bruh. Is this too quiet or something?
Behind the scenes of the video, I guess is what it is. What if we just film some ASMR? Thought I'd get some video. Chill out! I didn't mean for real.
My name's Daniel, and this is a story I wish I didn't have to tell. I've been a night owl my entire life. As a teen, I used to stay up way past midnight every night, watching terrifying videos on YouTube. I know now they were nothing compared to the horrors of the real world. Nothing compared to the nothing
Are they allowed to show that?
It's YouTube.
Oh.
compared to the horrors of the real world. Nothing compared to the tragedy my family and I went through. The story I'm gonna tell to you now. My parents, being teachers, had always emphasized the importance of sleeping well to me.
You don't
and
like
would
it.
definitely disapprove of my late night routine. So I knew that if they'd caught me up at that time, I'd be in big trouble. At
How
first,
old are
this
you?
wasn't a problem.
Your parents are telling you
But
to give
after
you
I
a
told
bedtime?
them about the
You're
child
probably- if
predator
you're
in our
18.
neighborhood that I'd seen in one of my videos, they seemed to grow more and more paranoid.
What?
Why did Dad? Why did Dad look so angry already?
Look at it. Jeez.
Dang, bro. Is that raw steak?
Y'all forgot the cooks. Okay. You drinking the red one. You drinking the root beer.
Man got some water. Alright, no pausing.
It's obviously understandable. Every night I'd hear one of them wandering into my room, checking on me, and every night I'd immediately turn off my light and pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, that's me, that's me.
I never knew for sure if it was my mom or dad coming in, since obviously if I opened my eyes to see, they'd know I was awake.
It was neither.
Mostly I presumed it was my dad, from the heavy sounding footsteps, but either
Get
way,
some lotion.
I found it pretty hypocritical for them to preach to me about being up late when they were awake themselves. Sometimes I wondered if they knew I wasn't sleeping, because often it was
stand
only
there?
after what seemed like hours before
no.
they'd finally leave and
Getting
go to
chills,
check on
bruh.
Alfie. That's my little brother, and Lucy, my little sister. I'd have asked them about it, but I thought it would have confirmed any suspicions which they seemed to already have about my staying awake deep into the mornings of the next day. Like I said, I guess they were just paranoid about the child predator. It was stupid for me to presume any of these things.
What?
Did we miss something?
Did we miss something? Child predator?
No, you're not gonna.
Past, like...
Let me go back here,
What?
because we might have been talking through it.
Call for them to preach to me about being up late when they were awake themselves. I never knew for sure if it was my mom or dad coming in, since obviously if I opened my eyes to see, they'd know I was awake. Mostly I presumed it was my dad, from the heavy sounding footsteps, but either way, I found it pretty hypocritical for them to preach to me about being up late when they were awake themselves. Sometimes I wondered if they knew I wasn't sleeping, because often it was only after what seemed like hours before they'd finally leave and go to check on Alfie. That's my little brother, and Lucy, my little sister. I'd have asked them about it, but I thought it would have confirmed any suspicions which they seemed to already have about my staying
So he
awake
just says
deep
child
into the
predator out of
mornings
nowhere.
of the next day. Like I said, I guess they were just
You
paranoid
didn't say
about the child
anything.
predator. It was stupid
Was
for me
stupid.
to presume any of these things, and I'll never forgive myself for it, but I did it all the same. Anyway, one day, Lucy's school, where my parents both work, announced a school trip. It meant they'd be gone at some point next month from Saturday morning to Sunday morning, and it meant that I'd finally get to watch the horror movie my friend had lent me, that my parents had refused to let me watch. There was one downside, though. I'd be left to look after Alfie. He, being only 6 years old, my mom was reluctant to leave him in my care alone.
He's so wide.
My dad defended me, reminding her that Alfie had been up most of the night after a nightmare, so he'd probably sleep most of the day anyway. Besides, he reassured her, he's 17. He can be given a little responsibility.
You're 17, you still have a bedtime.
With a heavy heart, my mom agreed. I honestly wish she hadn't. Finally, the morning came for them to head off. It took longer than expected because my sister said some of her favorite toy dolls had been stolen. But eventually, my mom persuaded her that they were probably just lost and told me to look for them whilst they were gone. I begrudgingly agreed, and soon they were ready to go. As they were leaving, my mom gave me a stern word, reminding me to lock the doors, not go to bed too late, and take good care of Alfie. She told me she'd be watching through the security cameras. to make sure I was
Dang, y'all
looking
guys are...
after him properly. I told her she really didn't have to worry. Then we said our goodbyes, and they were off.
You better lock the door already, dude.
Alfie and I spent
Where the
most of the
curtains,
day
huh?
playing outside, but came in
I can't be
after the
talking.
frisbee
My house is
landed
like-
near a strange man who Alfie said had been in his nightmare. I told him that was ridiculous.
Where did this
because
man
even if
come
he
from? How did they
somehow
go
was in his
outside? Did they
dream,
tell anybody?
he wouldn't
What the heck?
What's going on, bro?
That man was in my nightmares. Oh no, he would. It's done. It's done.
Alright, pull up there, pull up.
Dang. Like,
be able to remember. Anyway, I went by myself to get it, and I have to admit that the man was fairly creepy. He had a huge grin, and his eyes, staring right at me,
Just tell him to
seemed
throw
to
it
be
back.
permanently forced further open than they were designed
Hey,
to go.
sir. Can
His
you talk
clothes all
Dutch?
seemed
Get
to
your
be
one
for
in the
someone 50
mouth.
years younger, as they struggled to cling to his fully grown body.
Oh no.
It was cold, but he was wearing a sun hat, a tiny one for children, which barely fit on his head.
this
I
guy.
recognized it, but didn't know how at the time. If I'd learned anything from the videos I spent my nights watching, I'd have abandoned the frisbee and left.
Then why didn't?
Why are you
Clearly I
still
didn't,
walking?
Because not wanting to feel like a baby, I approached
What's
him.
Alfie gonna do? He's gonna
As
yell.
I got
just gonna
closer to the
stand
man,
there.
his smile disappeared, and he removed the hat and held it behind his back. I began to see his features in greater detail. He looked tired. He was pale and his eyes were bloodshot and had huge gaping bags under them. In the entire time it took me to get to him, the man didn't move an inch, other than the odd blink. Not even his eyes shifted. At this stage, I was getting uneasy. I just wanted to get it and leave.
Didn't get it.
Hi, can I have my frisbee back, please? Thanks.
Pick it up
The
yourself.
thought of that conversation, if you can even call it a
Then
conversation,
walk back. Run back.
still
Why did he
makes
go
me
up
shiver.
and say, "Can you pass?" Just
I locked
toss
the
a
front
frisbee.
door as soon as we got home. We were both a bit shaken, and Alfie looked tired, so I gave him some more food and put him to bed. It took him about 2 hours to fall asleep. He kept complaining that he'd have another nightmare about that man. I told him he wouldn't, but he wasn't convinced.
This is the biggest foreshadowing ever. The man's gonna barge through the house.
He whispered to me, "Well, if you see him again, don't worry. I'll be here to fight him off." This seemed to settle him down.
Is that an ad?
Soon he was
Bruh.
fast
No, wait a
asleep.
minute.
No.
For months, John Ossoff hid
Bro.
At about 11, it was time to
Go
put my
watching
film
anime?
on. I couldn't have my mom knowing that I was watching it, so I did something naive and ignorant. something I'll always regret. I turned off the security cameras. I watched it for 2 hours straight, my eyes never straying from the screen. Until
Nah. That felt
I
weird.
replayed the last few seconds of the film. But the sound didn't happen again. It
Oh.
was coming from inside my house.
Oh, heck to the no.
Alfie? He didn't reply, but I could see him under the covers, so I thought he was just asleep.
He's not under the cover.
Bruh, that sucker swiped him.
I swear, if I thought anything worse had happened, I'd have checked. You okay? I thought maybe I was
Get
just
in there.
worrying too much. Hearing
lock
things. It was late, and the film had been scary. Maybe it was just all in my head.
Was that a scream?
What is
I knew
that?
from the sound of his voice it was him.
No. I know exactly what happened. Oh, did I pause it right in front of the jump
I
scare?
actually got scared.
Okay, this is what happened. Alfie's in the dang room. The big man's like this. Shut up.
Oh,
And he's like, you okay? He's like, and then as soon as he closes the door,
bro.
go me.
Yo, quit the cap.
That's exactly what
He
happened.
has a knife to his neck or something?
Alfie!
Dana.
Alfie?
That's not
Usually this much noise would have woken him up. Alfie, what's going on? I knew something was wrong. It was him. The doll. I couldn't believe it. It had to be some kind of sick prank. It had to be.
It's
But it
not.
wasn't.
Who pranks your house like
It
that,
was
bro?
the man I'd spoken to
Bruh.
earlier.
Oh.
He'd taken my brother.
Yo,
Alfie!
get him.
Throw some.
I was certain he'd be gone before I could reach them. But he didn't set off straight away. He watched as I tried helplessly to do something.
Run, jump,
I
right out
screamed
that.
and I
Wait,
shouted.
wait, hold up.
He's at the
You're at
bar. Get a rock and just.
You're 17. You have a phone, don't you? I saw your phone in the beginning of the dang video. Call the cops, number one. Get the license plate.
Card. Take up. Just knock out.
And then while you're waiting for the cops to show up,
Try to break him out.
break the dang window. You're staring right at him. Tell Alfie to roll it down. Oh my, just yeah.
And I banged on the
down.
windows, and I tried to open the doors, but nothing worked. It was all
Nah,
in vain.
He's gonna stand there?
There was nothing I could do for my brother.
there was.
My best
There was
friend
like 10 things you could do. Call the
was
cops.
stolen away from me.
Bro. Oh, now you.
It was too late for the police to do anything.
Yes, it
It
is.
was too late for anybody to do anything. He was gone, and in time, I'd have to come to accept that.
You know what he looks like. You know his driver's license. You know what car he drives.
You have 9 new messages. First message.
Hello? If you're out with Alfie, call me back when you get back in, please. Love you guys. Bye.
End of message. Second message.
Daniel, we've been trying to get a hold of you for hours. Is everything alright? Did you turn the security cameras off?
Is that a mom?
be fine. The
She sounds 9 years old.
glitched out. Hey, Alfie, just call us as soon as you can, okay? You know how Mom worries.
End of message. Third message.
Listen, Daniel, we're starting to get really worried now.
Bruh.
If you don't pick up, one of us is gonna have to come home to check if everything's okay. Please pick up.
End of message. Fourth
That's the fourth.
You skipped the fourth one.
Daniel, are you okay? Daniel,
Daniel, do something.
what's happened? Please answer. I couldn't bear to tell them anything. That was 7 years ago. We never found him. When I asked my parents if they'd seen anything at all of this man whilst they checked on us during the night, they only looked at me, concerned and confused. What do you mean? They asked.
Look like that.
I could only stare at them in horror. Every night, around 2, he'd come and check on Alfie, Lucy, and me to see if we were sleeping.
Daniel?
They told me. No, he didn't.
I knew it! Oh my gosh.
No, 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 no.
You telling me they doors ain't locked?
And they don't lock the windows either?
I think I know why that man was shivering. It's because the boy thought that he knew who he was.
Oh.
The police wanted security camera footage of the man, but of course, there wasn't any. It automatically deletes any footage older than 24 hours.
Why?
Which meant I'd been mindless enough to stop it recording on the only night we could have seen him. You know, the strange thing is, I don't even know if I want Alfie to be alive. Because if he is, God knows what that monster has done to him. Sorry if I've gone on too long, but the guilt's been killing me. I had to get it out somehow. I only tell it as a story because, well, people like stories, and I want as many people to hear this as possible. Alfie, if somehow you're watching, I love you, and I'm so sorry. Please don't lose hope. And to the man who took you, it's not too late. If you have any heart at all, and even if you don't, please let my little brother come home. To everybody else, if someone comes into your bedroom at night,
I don't know why.
open your eyes. You never know who it might be. I still stay up late at night. But it's not because I don't want to sleep. It's because I can't. In case anyone sees Alfie, this is the last good photo we took of him. That's it. Stay safe. Thank you.
Bro. Double
I saw that.
Hit us with that dang ass.
Play with us, Daddy.
Okay.
Oh my.
Get the heater.
My name is Pascal. I'm 22 years old
Back
now,
up for
but
the
this
mic.
event happened 3 years ago when I was 19. It happened in the middle of the night when my parents were away for an important company meeting. The company was kind of far away from where we lived, so I stayed home by myself while they were gone. One time, while I was at home alone, I looked out the window randomly and froze.
What?
There was a tall man, almost dressed entirely in black. He was wearing a tuxedo and holding a kitchen knife. This
Show him you
guy
got the
was
cops on speed.
We're barely a minute in. It's 40 seconds.
No.
standing right
Show him. Get your phone out. Show him we got 911 on speed dial. Through the
Hey,
dang
yo,
window.
buddy.
outside of the door, looking at me. He wasn't laughing at all.
Oh, that's
and
actually
his
kind of
head
scary.
was twitching continuously.
Ugh.
Sir, please get off our property. Otherwise, I'll call the police.
Yeah.
I opened the window and told him. Then the man replied, "Oh, you can do that if you want, as long as you don't look away." Because of this strange
What you
attitude,
gonna do? Climb up here like a dang
so I
spider?
grabbed my cell phone and called the police. But when I looked
Now,
out
wait
the
a minute.
window again, he was gone.
Oh,
At that very moment,
man did a
I heard
swift move.
footsteps coming from downstairs.
Get out of the house.
I suddenly remembered that I forgot to lock my garden door. So
Oh my, what's with the locking doors?
That's when it's nighttime.
You just leave your doors open.
That's what I remembered. I forgot.
I forgot to lock. You didn't remember an hour ago? Oh, I forgot to lock my doors.
Man, made me jump out the dang seat. My camera probably
my
busted.
God.
it was still open. I thought I was gonna die at first, but then
Damn, I
I
thought I
pulled
was gonna
myself
die.
together. I got my bat and looked down the stairs, slowly, trying not to make a sound. There he was. He was, just staring at me.
You got one knife.
Bro,
He
he's
didn't
in your
move and
house.
said,
Call the
I
police.
told you not to look away. A few moments later,
Yeah.
we heard sirens.
That's how you do
The man still did not move. But then he suddenly changed his mind and walked over to me.
it. Suddenly changes.
I tried to swing my bat towards him, but I was so scared. I couldn't do anything except
How
scream.
old are you?
The police broke down the door.
Yeah.
One policeman tried to arrest him, and the other one tried to take the knife away from him.
If he folds
but the
both of
man
them.
resisted.
Bruh.
He was strong.
He was
Even
drunk.
though he was outnumbered, they couldn't stop him. They threatened to shoot him in the foot, but he didn't care.
Shoot him!
Shoot him!
He attacked the two policemen, and they tumbled down.
These cops, I know cops don't train that long, but they train for probably 6 months.
Whack. These cops are whack.
We're gonna shoot you in the He has a weapon.
Just shoot him.
He's attacked the cops already.
He's not gonna die.
If you're gonna hit his...
To the ground.
You saw my man jumped at him?
Furthermore, he attacked the two policemen, and they tumbled down to the ground.
Both of them?
I ran into one of the rooms and slammed the door shut. In the door.
Oh my gosh.
When the door opened, I could see.
What are the
his
cops
face.
doing? Taking a nap?
I will never, ever forget that moment. However, at that very moment,
Yeah.
the police caught up to him and shot his foot.
Yeah.
The guy started screaming in pain.
That actually kind of hurts.
Shortly after that, he managed to jump outside of the
How?
window and disappeared.
They didn't arrest
Policemen
him?
chased
They
after
shot him in the
but
foot. How is he
unfortunately,
walking
they
like
failed
that?
to arrest him.
Pop him in the other leg.
I never saw that guy again.
What?
Glad that I survived that incident, but I also feel nervous that he'll come to my house again. From that day on, I always made sure I locked all the doors and windows.
They better not hit that one. Bruh.
See. What is that?
This is 8 Halloween horror stories. We're gonna watch one. This is actually the last story we're watching for today. So, yeah, let's just get right into it.
I grew up in a very small town in Montana. During Halloween one year, my brother and I sold lemonade by the side of the road because it was unusually hot that year. We didn't make a lot of money, but we did have a lot of fun selling lemonade to people who were passing by. So my brother and I were standing at our lemonade stand when we noticed an old rusty car pass by us 2 or 3 times. At the time, it struck me as a little creepy. Eventually, the car slowed down and stopped right in front of the stand. There was a woman in the passenger seat, and she rolled her window down. I saw she was really skinny with gray hair, and it was stained and silky. It looked like it was nasty, honestly. I couldn't see the man who was driving very well because he never looked at me. He just stared straight ahead. Both of them seemed very odd in their clothes.
Are you gonna buy some lemonade? Like, come
The
on
lady
now.
smiled. "You boys out here selling lemonade all by yourselves?" asked the woman.
Why her mouth?
"Yeah,
Ugh.
my mom lets us," I replied. "Is your mom home?" she asked.
Yeah. Right there.
Why you asking all these
"Yeah, she's in
questions?
the
Buy
house,"
some
I
lemonade.
said. The woman turned and looked at the man who was driving. He nodded, still staring straight ahead. The woman turned back to me and said, "Okay, I'll have some lemonade." "That'll be 25 cents,"
That
I
guy is
said
gonna
as I
go.
poured her glass.
She gonna snatch up both
She
them
rummaged
kids
around in her
toss them.
purse, and I could hear
One
coins
small little
clinking.
cup.
Why is it green?
Then she put out a
Why you
$5
holding it like
bill
that?
and held
You
it,
saw that?
and I could hear coins clinking. Then she put out a $5 bill and held it to me. A chill went down my spine. Why was she handing me a $5 bill if she had coins in her purse? Something just didn't feel right.
Just say you don't have change.
So I lied and said I don't have any change.
Oh.
She said, "You can keep the change. Just come and take the $5.
Throw it to me.
Something felt very wrong, but $5 was a lot to me at the time. I walked up to the car and reached out to take the $5 from her hand. As soon as my fingers touched it, the woman suddenly grabbed me by my wrist and
Throw
began
the lemonade in
pulling
her
me
face.
into the car.
Yeah. Splash her.
I screamed so loud, my brother ran to the house.
Dang, man got that quick
The
one.
man floored the accelerator,
Oh.
and the car lurched forward.
Splash her.
I fought with all my might and managed to wrench myself free from her grasp. The car stopped, and the man got out, but I was already running for my life.
Dang.
Why'd they run like that?
My
Run so
brother was
fast.
pounding on the door and screaming. My mother rushed out and turned just in time to see the rusty old car speeding away. We told my mom what had happened, and she called the police. But my brother and I calmed down and went back to
That
the
$5
lemonade stand. There was a $5 bill lying on the ground.
Big old dollar.
We packed up the lemonade stand and put it away for good.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Be sure to like and subscribe to that video.
Comment what you want to see next.
Oh, Llama Arts. Link in the description.
Yeah.
Each one of these videos. Mort, don't copyright this video.
Don't kill us.
Please. Please.
Yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Halloween. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Damn, baby, come jump off the roof with me, live off your youth.